Good evening. 2 police officers have been charged with assaulting an elderly man. He suffered a broken arm and serious bruising while they tried to cuff him. It happened in January. The 2 constables were only stood down today.
Outside his home of 40 years.
You alright, Ron? You okay, Ron?
Ronald Hodge is frail, his family protective. Andrew Denny, 7 News.
Wife killer Chris Dawson's appeal against his murder conviction has been thrown out of court. One judge saying there's absolutely no doubt of his guilt. It means Dawson will keep serving his 24-year sentence unless he tries one last roll of the dice.
He almost got away with murder and is still trying to. The appeals court, unanimous and scathing of Chris Dawson, who killed Lynette 40 years ago. Leonie Ryan, 7 News.
A Newcastle school is the latest to be rocked by a fake photo scandal, with a male student doctoring online images, turning horrified peers into unknowing porn stars. Parents are furious after the boy was suspended, then allowed back to school.
An innocent mirror selfie turned into fake porn. She's just 13.
He's screenshotted it and then he's AI'd it.
Dramatic police body cam vision has been released showing what officers were confronted with as a man set fire to a family home. The West Australian officers retreated, but one went back inside, rescuing a little girl who was trapped. The man responsible arrested and is now behind bars. Many Australians are giving away their time and money working for free with unpaid overtime. A new survey shows some workers are missing out on tens of thousands of dollars a year to help out the boss. It comes, though, as unions ramp up pay demands.
Less than a week from the state budget.
What do we want?
15%. Nurses say their fight for a better deal is becoming an emergency.
Leaders of the world's 7 biggest economies are preparing to meet at the G7 summit. Ashley Mullaney is in Italy tonight. Ash, what's going to be the focus of the meeting?
Well, Daniel, there's really never been a more important time for Western leaders to be projecting strength. But the reality is this big meeting in Italy is starting to look more like the Last Supper. We've got wars raging in the Middle East, in Ukraine, but for most of the leaders gathered here, they're staring down the barrel themselves. Both Rishi Sunak and Emmanuel Macron have called snap elections. Germany's in strife too. Leaders here know that if there is a deal to be done, they need to move quickly. Daniel?
Sure do, Ash. Thanks. Coming up in 7 News, a potential 4th trial looms over former NRL star Jarryd Hayne. Plus, the rush to safety as a giant oil refinery explodes. And Ariane Titmus exploded in the pool just weeks before the Paris Olympic Games, setting a new world record. A man says his family is feeling empty after his brother was brutally murdered in Sydney's north. Surfer Guy Hames, who was known by his mates as Creature, died in hospital just days after the attack. Tonight, police are on the hunt for his killer.
Guy Hames spent his life surfing, and at 59 he was still chasing the waves.
Well, after his first full day of freedom, Jarryd Hayne's future remains uncertain tonight, with the Director of Public Prosecutions weighing up her next move. Sydney's legal community, though, divided on whether the former NRL star will face a 4th trial.
He's out of prison on bail, but some believe Jarryd Hayne is not off the hook.
More sports on the way. Damien Cook's future at the Rabbitohs is in serious doubt. And the Matildas, they're preparing to chase Olympic gold in Paris. That and plenty more right after the break. Damien Cook could be the next domino to fall as the Rabbitohs continue reshaping their roster for the second coming of Wayne Bennett. The Dragons keen on the former Blues hooker, and Souths need to ease their salary cap pressure.
He's not switching codes, but Damien Cook may soon be switching clubs. Like injured half Lachlan Ilias, the former Blues rake has a contract for next year, but Souths won't stand in his way if he can find a new club.
Tim Zhu has no doubt he will be a world champion again. The 29-year-old was training in Thailand with his legendary father, former undisputed world champ Kostya, when his planned title fight against Virgil Ortiz Jr. was cancelled. Doctors ruled that nasty head gash he suffered against Sebastian Fundora hadn't actually healed properly. The Thai training camp, the first time the pair had actually seen each other since 2019.
No, it's more like friendship, you know. He still looks young. Everywhere we walked around, everyone thought we were brothers, like twin brothers.
Yes, Kostya had some wise words on how to respond after that heartbreaking defeat.
A lot of things that happened in his career, he would tell me, the good and the bad. It was refreshing.
Yes, Zoo's plans to fight twice more this year, with revenge against Fundora high on his list. While the Matildas, they're still getting used to being in high demand as Australia's favourite sporting team. They'll be front and centre next month when they chase Olympic gold, and of course they get ready to do that in Paris.
It is tough sometimes to juggle the football side and the human side, but it's just something that you have to do, and it comes with football.
While the federal government has given Football Australia $15 million to help host the 2026 Asian Cup. That's your night in sport. That means Kirstie's in with a look at your national weather details next. The weather photo tonight has been sent in by Michelle, and that's out at Sandy Beach. Photos at 7.com.au for yours.
Tonight's weather report brought to you by Energy Australia.
Time once again for a look at international weather details as we solve the world's big mysteries during the ad break. Kirstie, what is happening weather-wise?
Well, it's almost Friday. That's what I'm happy about. Dan, hello to you and good evening, everybody. We could see some scattered showers as well as the odd storm across central and northern New South Wales tomorrow and into Saturday morning. That thanks to moist winds and cloud cover. A high-pressure system is developing, ready to bring fine and settled weather into the state. But a low pressure is also forming off the coast, bringing windy weather and some hazardous surf along the coastline. That system also likely to bring some wet weather to the coast, extending through the southern inland, around 15 to 20 millimetres through parts of the mid-coast. Most of the interior of the state, though, expecting no more than just a few scattered showers. Let's take a look around our state now for our Friday, and we will see that cloud increasing over the northern tablelands, a band of clouds stretching from northwest WA. In Varel, a top of 16 degrees. As we track further south, a few showers likely through Coonabarabra and about a millimetre or two, and the same for Dubbo into the afternoon and evening. Coast-wise, Newcastle and Wollongong could see up to 15 millimetres of rain. Taking a look around our nation, Hobart cool and cloudy, just 11 degrees. Overcast also through Melbourne and Canberra tomorrow. Some showers about for Sydney and Adelaide. Fine in Perth in the west, warm for Broome, 31 and 32 our top in Darwin. Dan.
Almost the end of the week. Good on you, Kirstie. Thank you. And that is your news for this Thursday, the 13th of June. It's almost the middle of another month, then the middle of another year. Thanks again for your company. I'm Daniel Gibson. Tell us again. Have a great night. Bye for now.